Welcome to Crosstalk, the podcast where business stories don't just get told, they come alive. This is your front row seat to the incredible journeys that shape thriving businesses and ministries. Every episode, we sit down with inspiring business owners, ministry leaders, and artists to uncover their beginnings, the story behind their brand, and their vision for the future. It's all about real conversations, genuine insight, and a whole lot of inspiration.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your host, David Madera, fellow entrepreneur and biggest fan of a good success story. On this week's episode of Crosstalk, I had the privilege of sitting down with Dr. Annie Cullen, who is an educator, teaches art at Fleetwood Area High School, and is also the wonderful woman behind Annie Cullen Fine Arts. And during our time together, we talked a lot about Annie's journey, what had led to her passion for art, being able to work through and express yourself in the creative arts and why that's important, especially working through trauma. And we also discussed her new Wellness Wednesdays, which if you haven't seen yet, you must check out. So get ready to be inspired, get ready to open up your creative side, and stay tuned till the end because there's a special little lesson in there for you. So without further ado, take it away.
Welcome to, I'm not even in that camera, it's fine. Welcome to this week's episode of Crosstalk. I have the absolute privilege today to sit down with Annie Cullen, Dr. Annie Cullen.
Yeah.
And we are currently in her high school classroom. We don't need to shout that out if you don't want to, but.
It's all good. It's Fleetwood High School. They're the best kids ever. I said what I said. Yeah.
I think Hamburg's a little bit better, but well.
All the kids are awesome. The kids are all awesome.
Kids are great.
Yeah. Teenagers rock. Love Gen Z.
Yeah. So I want to sit down with you today because of a lot of the stuff that I've been seeing that you post on social media and a lot of the things that you do outside of this classroom. But I wanted to start off, why don't you tell people, so you do teach art at Fleetwood High School. Mm-hmm. So how did you get to being a teacher there, to here, I guess?
Oh my God. Okay, so, well, short answer, I saw the job. We don't like short
answers here.
I saw the job posting. So I became, this is actually my 10th year teaching. So
congratulations.
Thank you. So I became an art educator kind of as a secondary career choice. It wasn't my original path. And then I realized I could merge my passion of fine art with helping people in this capacity. And I taught elementary art for 6 years and in all different schools. So I've taught in charter schools, in urban areas, rural public schools, private schools in urban areas. And I just really, really wanted to aim for a high school public school position. After teaching in so many different areas, I realized that there's a really big need that our teenagers have. Our teenagers come to school with more anxiety, predisposed to depression, a lot of mental health issues, and the arts can be such a safe space and a healing space for teenagers that I knew that I wanted to shoot for high school, and this is in the region where I live. And so when I did see the position was available, I just threw everything at it, and I was really thankful that it aligned for me to be here.
That's great.
Yeah.
So and knowing a little bit about the background, knowing your passion and the things that you may have went through in your life, and you talk about the trauma responses, mm-hmm. what students go through. What makes that so near and dear to your heart?
So a few things. First is just human empathy and my capacity to care for people. I've realized in my life is a really big threshold. I've always kind of shown up with best intentions for what people go through being an active listener. I've always been like that. It's kind of a spiritual gift of mine. But then in addition to that, I've experienced a lot of suffering in my life, and early on kind of front loaded as a teenager myself, where I wish I would have had an adult at school who showed up for me And I felt like I'd never had a teacher who was like knew what was going on. It was like I had really nice teachers. They were kind, they were enthusiastic. None really asked me deep questions. None really like paid attention that I was dissociating all the time. I wasn't, I'm an outgoing people person, but as a teenager, first of all, I was emo. I was a scene emo kid.
We all had that stage.
Yeah. Did we? I don't think we all did.
Okay,
but
I at least did.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So just like art, I was always sketching in my notebooks. I felt like a shell a lot. And I just wish that some of my teachers would have like dug a little deeper to get to know me. And so I feel like I'm that teacher that I wish I had for my students, where if a student's really shy or quiet, I don't just kind of count them out of the discussion. I keep trying to engage them. And I think I do a really good job at getting the kids who are really quiet to open up, and the kids who are more outgoing and popular or well-known and well-seen by everybody kind of get to know themselves even better and realize that they're multifaceted too. And they're not just one note. So I try to like bring out like the true range of like what I see when I look at my kids.
That's amazing.
So thanks.
And I'm sorry to hear that you didn't have a teacher that stood out to you in that way, because for me, I had some of the similar things when I was in high school. And I had a teacher, I'm going to shout him out. Shout out Mr. Klein. He completely transformed my life.
That's amazing. I love when I hear that. It's incredible.
Yeah, my sophomore year, I was living on the streets of Hamburg, and we were reading the book in English class, Into the Wild, the story of Christopher McCandless.
Krakauer, last name.
Yep, John Krakauer. And that book inspired me in probably not the ways that a high school teacher would want that book to inspire somebody, because I got inspiration from Christopher McCandless, and I was like, just completely leaving your life and living on the land, being isolated.
Bold move.
As a sophomore in high school.
Yeah, I can get the appeal of it though.
And I had the only intention of that was because I didn't want to be alive anymore. And in school, my grades were suffering. I had teachers that would throw me out of their classroom because I wouldn't participate. I wasn't doing anything.
Right.
But it was him who saw that. He was also my football coach and wrestling coach, and he worked with me, saw that I wasn't eating lunch at school, would put money in my lunch account so that I could eat lunch every day. Oh my gosh,
this makes me want to cry. He's a really special person.
He makes me want to cry all the time when I think about him, because...
That's amazing. What a really special person to do that.
Yeah. And when he found out that I didn't have a place to stay, he offered his house to me.
Wow.
Like, went so far above and beyond like that call of action. So like me having that experience, like I know what it felt like before I had him, so I can empathize with you. And that's such a terrible position to feel like and be in when you were in school. But I think it's so awesome that going through that you see that in other kids and you don't allow that to repeat itself.
Yes. And I will say my high school where I went to Easton High School, really, really big. My graduating class was over 1,000 kids. I mean, I think that our teachers were overextended. And there were so many kids who came to school without backpacks, without basic needs. I looked like I had it together. I had nice clothes most of the time if it wasn't band tees, but you get the point. So I feel like they just didn't know. But I feel like here within, our demographic, our socioeconomic status, it's like perceived that on the outside the kids are okay, but they're really not. And so I go deeper under the surface with that.
That's great.
So, yeah.
So teaching high school, you also, I can just sense having an extremely passionate approach for art.
Yes.
in general, aside from what you're able to teach. Was that something that you were born with? When did you kind of realize that art was?
Yeah, I definitely was born an artsy, so I'm going to call it. I was definitely born an artist.
Was that the equal stages you got that figured out? Or?
Like it just in general, like music, dance. I actually had a really hard time deciding if I was going to go visual art because I was always like singing, dancing, that sort of thing, like more performance art.
Okay.
And I did ballet. And then in college, I was doing a dance company. I did ballet all through college. I did Martha Graham modern dance in college, and that is still taking adult ballet classes now. But I kind of thought about it in the context of over my lifespan. And this is me. I'm just a deep thinker. So as like a middle school teenager, I was like, my body might fail me with all these things. So, and dancers are like usually done by 35. So I'm just going to, I'm going to do visual art. And so I had to work really hard at it. It wasn't my first natural inclination. So I would sketch a lot. I like poured myself into things. I will say too, growing up more urban, I could walk to really awesome art experiences. It's really something that I'm very passionate about where I live in Berks County and Schuylkill County, because our kids who have these needs don't have the opportunity. And so when I was like needing things, I would go to Lafayette College, and I could walk to Lafayette College's campus, and there was a fine art professor there who ran free classes for teenagers on Thursday nights. Oh, wow. And he taught us a lot of technical drawing and a lot of basics, and I would take those things and I would practice them all week, and I would get like really work at it. But that was free, and I could walk. So it was by my own initiative to go get these skills and then to go to art school.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, wanting to do more, what would you consider that art? Like singing, dancing? Performance art, vocals, but like dance performance. So, feeling that was where your strengths were in the beginning, and then making the transition. And you said you still dance now and everything too, right?
Yeah, so I mean, nothing crazy, but like getting conditioning, getting back into it, because I do have an art project coming up that's going to include dance and drawing together.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so dance is still in the picture, but it's because it's like my quickest way to. My paintings are laborious. They take like a lot of time. Right. And for me, dance is more of like, I can just get out what I need to. I really am like a true artist. I think metaphorically, for better or for worse. I think like one. I try to teach my kids how to think like one. The brain is always connecting all these abstract things together and piecing them together creatively. So it's just, but yeah, so dance was always my like way to get out the emotion.
Okay. Yeah. Now you said helping your students with that thought process. What is that thought process? What does that look like? I believe
that everybody is born with artistic gifts. I really do. Whether it's just like, but somewhere along the way, someone tells us that we're not good at it because we can't draw realistically. So people will be like, I can't even draw a stick figure. Well, okay, but maybe you're really great with color. Maybe you're really great with placement and layout and design. Maybe you have an eye for movement. Maybe you're really great with textures. Or you could be a 3D person and not a 2D person. I really do believe, because I do believe we were created, so I think that we are creators. And so I think that that comes with a profound creativity that gets beat out of us in school. So my job as an art teacher is to try to get kids to realize that they are creative individuals, and that's what makes us unique. So our weird things that we think that's weird, that's awesome. And I want us to embrace it and keep it for life. I don't want us to lose it. So I try to have the kids keep their weird, channel it, make their art with it. And I try to figure out like what their gifts are so I can tell them about it. Like, hey, I noticed this about you. So take your interest in your personal things and let's make this with it. So I try to like foster, and it comes out through the visual arts, but it's that creative mindset of, let's say someone goes into business. You have to creatively problem solve in business. You have to know how to collaborate with people. Art teaches confidence because it's vulnerable to put your work out there. On a test, nobody sees what grades you got back, but in art class, everybody sees your skill level. And that makes people, like, sometimes I have kids freeze up and they clam up, this isn't very good. And they're looking around at everybody's. And that's where I build in the confidence building. So building up confidence, helping kids realize, oh, I have a talent and a gift I didn't know I had. My favorite is when I have these athletic jock kids who come in and then they can like realistically draw.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm like, you have such a talent. Like, what the heck? Like, we need to get you in more art classes. And then their mind is blown. Or like kids who just didn't, they had to take the art elective. And then I tell them like, you're amazing at this. And they didn't know.
Yeah.
But it's like getting them to think like an artist, which is problem solving, looking at something different from many angles, and then applying it to many avenues of their life. That's the goal.
That's incredible. I'm like sitting here now thinking, like, I wish I had you as my art teacher, because
Thanks.
I was never, I would say, I always struggled in art class. I never wanted to take those electives.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes
Always.
they make you feel like you're not good at it.
Yeah.
And then you're just sitting there like, well, it doesn't look like the teacher example. I tell my kids all the time, don't make it look like my example. Mine is me. Yours will be you. And the kids are like, that's something I've never heard before. I'm like, because the system is cracked, okay? The system's cracked, but listen to me because I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just free yourself up so you can, try something new.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We all have to start somewhere.
Absolutely.
The first time you try something, it's not going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, then, celebrate it. But
Right.
most of the time it's not.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so I like gave up any form of creativity in my brain because of feeling like I wasn't creative enough. So I was just like very systematic and everything. And then I would be doing business and that was like my passion. I was like,
Yeah.
well, I'm trying to do everything, but then I'm just following other people and I'm never doing what was for me.
Right.
So I failed at business countless times.
Mm-hmm.
And then it wasn't until more recently where I started to tap into all these crazy ideas that I had that I just always blew off as stupid, like, completely shaving my facial hair and dyeing my mustache blonde and buying an $80 Hulk Hogan costume to go to do something, or
It's
somebody
joy,
else did,
though.
or somebody
It's joy.
did.
It's joy. It brings joy. That's
100%.
important.
And
We all need it.
I was able to find my outlet to give where my creativity shines, which is through
Yeah.
creating content and doing, that's where like the website design part came through. Cause I couldn't, right now,
Yeah.
I could not create something like this.
Right.
And I don't even know what my style would be or how to do it. But if you put a blank canvas in front of me on a computer and tell me to build a website for artwork like this, I could have it
Right.
done in a week.
That's
And I'd be so
awesome.
passionate in doing it and making all the little adjustments, doing it that way. And then I was like, oh, so this just isn't my canvas.
Right. Yes.
That's my canvas.
Right. Right. Exactly. Everybody has their own 100%. That's it. Everyone has their thing that they should enact their creativity into and their passion into.
Yeah.
And to a high degree, I do believe that art should evoke something. I mean, sometimes you just need to get it out. And I get that. And I love abstract art and I love so many things, but I think in the art world, I really love beauty. I think beauty is something we all seek out in spaces, in architecture. And I think that making art that's beautiful is very important. And I think we should keep doing that as artists too, but that's a sidebar.
And I think that goes back to your comment of, since we are created beings, to go out and to create. And I think that's where that eye comes from.
Yeah.
is being able to see that, and it just attracts us. And I mean, I think that's part of the thing that attracted me to your page right away was the artwork.
Yeah, it's a lot of florals, botanicals.
Yeah.
In art school, when I was getting my Bachelor of Fine Art, some of my professors I felt weren't that nice to me because they would go, oh, just what the world needs, another landscape artist and flower artist. And I was just like, but no one's going to paint it like me. No one's me.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there's room for everybody at the table to make art about what they're passionate about. And that's my approach as an art teacher. But even in college, I feel like it wasn't fostered. I didn't have professors who were like, kept trying to make me make art about my body and social issues as a woman. And I was like, I just want to make beautiful things that are deep. Like, the meaning behind my art is so deep, but they weren't listening. They weren't listening to me. They just wanted me to make to paint myself in weird, it just was bizarre. Art school's a weird spot. So
I've heard. That doesn't surprise me. Let's just say that.
Yeah. It's just, and I mean, shout out to the professors who really do see students for like who they are and who encourage us to pursue our own subject matter and who ask us the questions. But there were so many who just were like, well, you're a woman, so you must have a lot of rage and social issues that you want to express. And I was like, no. It's really, I mean, there are they exist, but it wasn't my life's passion to create art about it. So I wanted to focus on other things.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of those other things you wanted to focus on, does that tie into what you got your doctorate in?
Yes, definitely.
And by the way, I do want to give you some kudos here. You are the first doctor that I'm sitting down with. So
oh, that's exciting.
We're moving up in the world. So
yes, it was really hard. It was really great. If it was easy, everyone would do it. 1% of the population has doctorate degrees.
Yeah, and you're one of the 1%.
Yeah.
So talk to us about becoming a 1%er. Do you get like a special lunch and stuff? No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God, I would hate that. That's gross. I actually think that having my doctorate's the least exciting thing about me, but it was very hard work. There's no doubt about it. It's extremely difficult, self-sacrificing work because there's deadlines. They make it a grind. It is very difficult. And I did it while working full time. So I did a program that was technically like full-time / hybrid. And it was designed for a teacher who's working full time, but it wasn't really designed for teachers who work full time. Sorry, but it wasn't. It was like,
you were also juggling more than just teaching and getting your doctorate too. I saw sneak peek. When this episode drops, they're not going to be able to see it unless you save it. But I saw on your post today that you had some other things that you were juggling too for your doctorate. So
I went. So I did. I worked really hard in the gym and I got a 185 deadlift and I weigh 135. So that was I did that while working on my doctorate. I grinded in the gym as a release energy. So I know about time management, scheduling, and getting after your goals and not taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
So
those are great attributes to have.
Thanks. I'm just really passionate and I have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's not normal. It's really not. But I made it happen because I just want to be the best, and I wanted to provide my kids with more. And when I got my master's degree, I was like, I don't think I'm done yet. It was like, I'm going back at some point in my life. And it just turned out to be sooner than later.
That's great. So what are the added benefits that you feel like you're able to give your students now by having your doctorate versus?
Honestly, their questions, when they ask me, it's for me, yes, there's all of my content knowledge and all of that I bring to the table now, having my doctorate and having all of that education and all of those experiences. Getting my doctorate helped me also to improve my vocabulary. And so sometimes when I talk to people, I try to be mindful and I draw back my vocabulary because I can say words sometimes that I can tell they're not following, and I don't want to sound, so I dial that back. But the kids, they ask me all the time, how do you have your doctorate as a teacher? Is that a medical doctor? And I love that question because it reminds me that they aren't around adults who have doctorate degrees. So I let them know, a PhD is a philosophy doctorate. A PsyD is a psychology doctorate. An MD is a medical doctorate. I have an EDD, which is an education doctorate. They're a little different than a PhD, which is a philosophy doctorate. There's just different programs. The EDD was developed after the PhD, and I love telling the kids about it. I tell them all the time, you can get your doctorate in music. You can get your doctorate in these things. What it means is you did a research study yourself that you conducted that gets board approved, and you've contributed to the world of research on a topic that you're very passionate about to prove that you understand, know, and can connect, and you're bettering society with hard evidence on what it is that you're seeing that's a phenomenon to solve a problem. So you're going, I'm seeing this problem in the world and I'm solving it through really good sound research. And for example, my dissertation, it's one little thing, but it's been referenced in multiple countries, almost 300 times by people in different places have read my work. And I would never used to consider myself a writer. So I tell my students about this and they're like, I'm not really good at writing. I'm like, I wasn't either. I was really bad at it. And I have like a 145-page dissertation I wrote. It's a 5-chapter book. Wow. So it's like, I'm like, you can do whatever you want if you learn it and you put your mind to it. So just that living by example and when they ask me questions, answering them, I think is the coolest thing for them to see.
Yeah, that's incredible.
And then they go, how are you? Aren't you 24? And I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. I'm like, no. But they think I am. And that's awesome because I'm youthful. But it's just really cool for them to see a younger adult who went after their dreams and who didn't come from a privileged, I shouldn't say privileged because I am white, but who didn't come from like tons of money. A lot of times people who do get doctorate degrees have a lot of resources financially. And so I think it's exciting for me that I didn't and I pursued it anyway. Without tons of debt, I will say. I did community college for a bit too.
That was going to be a question. I was going to say, like, what does the debt look like? But not too much. So that's.
I will say, I didn't have any college debt until my doctorate degree.
Wow. Yeah. That's impressive.
Thanks.
So I'm not sure now what the most impressive thing that you said so far today is the fact that you have your doctorate, the fact that you just nonchalantly threw in there that your writing has been taught in 300 countries. Is that right? Or 300?
Yeah, it's been cited 300 times in multiple countries. Yes.
So you just throw that out there and yeah, okay.
It's just, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. Education provided the platform for my work to be read like that. And the other cool thing is that I got accepted when I was working on my doctorate to present at the top education conference in the US. And I presented and sat at a table with professors and doctorate students from UCLA, from top tier schools. And everyone was like, where's Kutztown University? And I was like, it's really cute. It's in Pennsylvania. And they were cracking up because I had a seat at the table. But that was through the application process, the research. My friend Mally in my program was also accepted. A few of us were accepted, but there are professors who at Kutztown have tried for years and were never accepted.
And you got in.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing something right. Doing something right.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you got your doctorate in trauma and I'm going to butcher it. So please pick it up here.
The program is called Transformational Teaching and Learning. It's very unique because most programs are education leadership for an EDD. And this one has a social justice lens on it. And it's all about looking at, all dissertations are, looking at a problem, but kind of looking at it from a lens of what's a disparity, what's a problem that you're really seeing right now that is a social justice issue. And for me, it's our former Surgeon General of the US, Nadine Burke-Harris. She said that mental health crisis in the US is the biggest leading health care issue that's in plain sight that nobody sees. Because there's a huge correlation of physical health ailments that come from adversity, trauma, ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. There's 10 of them you can experience before the age of 18. The health outcomes that you can have later on in life due to childhood trauma, it's profound. Heart disease, and is the leading cause of death in the US, and that's directly linked to different adverse childhood experiences from trauma. So it is very much a health crisis. It's very linked. If you're an adult and you suffer with anxiety and depression and you're a parent, that's your child could have an ACE from that. And that's okay. This isn't doom and gloom. That's life. There's resilience factors though. And we all as a society and community need to help each other to further the health and the care of our kids. And the thing I'm excited about is pediatricians are now screening for ACEs, and they're screening for traumatic events. And then they're putting in nutrition plans and art programs and music programs, all these awesome things, athletics, community centers, getting kids involved, after school extracurriculars help with that resilience factor, as like a holistic view to help everybody heal and everybody to be okay. And that's what I get really passionate about with my research and with teaching and with my program that I was in.
That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah. So with that being a passion of yours, what led to that passion, if you don't mind?
So
share as much as you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I would say what led me to it's a life journey, right? As anything. I grew up with a parent who struggled with addiction. And so that had a profound impact on me. And my brothers, one of my brothers served in Afghanistan after 9/11. And I saw what complex PTSD after serving in Afghanistan looks like. And, that greatly impacted me. I had neighbors who I just loved dearly who were gay, and his partner committed suicide, and that deeply impacted me. The list goes on of the things that I've seen and experienced. And so I know that there's depths of suffering, but there's hope and there's goodness, and we don't have to let what hurt us define where we're going. And I feel very passionate that for me, without art, I don't know if I would have it together as mentally well as I do some days. Like it's meditative. It allows me to have a goal that I work towards till I finish it. And so for me, art was always an escape, but a practice. Kind of like running, like I used to go running all the time too. It's like endorphins, your serotonin, your dopamine. Making in any capacity in the arts and athletics does that for our brain too. So it's like just having experienced a lot of things made me want to go, I'll heal. Maya Angelou said, when you give, when you learn, teach. And that always stuck with me. I don't want to just like absorb healing for myself. I want to go bring it to others. Yeah.
Kind of be like that conduit to continue it. That's
great. I'm just like a feeling empathic person who wants to help other people, like very much. So
I think people are going to be able to see that if they don't already, which is great.
Thanks.
So with your artwork itself, aside from teaching, you still are making a ton of artwork.
Yeah.
And you are doing a lot of things. You have showcases that you, one was last week, right? You had, you've got some coming up. You do some teaching things on the side that aren't through the school.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about what Annie Cullen design?
Yeah. So on my Instagram, it's Annie.Cullen, like Twilight Cullen, that's my last name, .artist. I just wanted to use my name because I'm proud of my name, but I feel like I have different endeavors. Like I said, I want to bring healing to people. A really good friend of mine named Jordan, shout out Jordan for Game Time Athletics. He encouraged me to teach workshops locally. He was like, it'll help you with healing from your own traumatic things. And the more I thought about my passions, my subject matter, flowers, I contacted some local flower farms and was like, hey, like, do you have an artist? And then it turned out the one contacted me and was like, I've been looking for a floral artist.
Wow.
And so these workshops are for really adults. I mean, teenagers, adults, all ages. If anyone does have a kid with them and you need to bring them, I mean, the more the merrier. The ticket price is $75. But what it is, I used to do floral design for weddings. Sidebar, I trained with an amazing floral artist, a cottage gardener. She was just in Vanity Fair.
Oh, wow.
But so she taught me what she knows. So I teach just a really basic mason jar flower design on the flower farm. We go cut flowers, and then there's fresh cut ones there from the farm. And then I'll guide you through a watercolor painting that is not as highly rendered as this, because this takes years. I have 10,000 hours in of my practice to be an expert in what I do with painting. But I teach you how to do loose floral painting of one of the flowers in the bouquet that you can feel really good about leaving with. So you leave with a bouquet, and you leave with a painting of a watercolor flower botanical. And in a beautiful location. Again, beauty, aesthetic. There's research that I've done, I mean, not that I've conducted, but that I've read about other people's research, where people who are in beautiful spaces, people who are working with their hands in beautiful spaces, while they feel safe, seen, heard, value, exercise autonomy, their brains literally heal and rewire from trauma and from stress and pain. And it rewires it through telomere growth and through connecting different parts of your brain, making new pathways. It's called neuroplasticity, when you connect the different pathways together. And I just think that's super awesome. So I want to provide that experience for people. So like, yes, string lights, candles on the table, me telling you how awesome you are, not giving you fake compliments, but genuine, me really looking at you and talking to you, is what you can experience at my flower painting events.
That's great.
Yeah.
You got me wanting to sign up for one now.
Yeah, I wish more men would do these things for themselves, especially having a veteran military brother. Like the man went through a windshield and can't hear out of his ear, and no one knows that, but he can. And he's a high school history teacher, and he gets ringing all the time while he's teaching his students. And it's like, Scott, like, just go do healing stuff for yourself. But he's like a dude, and he's like, I'll do this instead. And I'm like, our men need beautiful spaces and healing like this too. Like, I wish that I could get on a whole tangent about how our society needs to do better by men, but I know that they'll come for me if I say that. But in some
that's a hot topic. I love it though.
But in some capacities, we do, because they're not allowed to cry. They're not allowed to be like, I'm having a hard time, or else like that's weak. And then women look down on that. It's a hard thing too. We all need each other. We all have gifts. So that's kind of my thought process.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So flowers for men. Let's do it.
Flowers for that.
Flowers for men. I see you guys. I see you guys. You need them too.
That my marketing brain just went off. Like, you triggered all the neurons in my brain for that. So that might be something
cool
for down the road.
Okay, cool.
And on top of making your wonderful art,
Mm-hmm.
and also tying that into your background and your doctorate, you also recently on social media started a Wellness Wednesday.
Wellness Wednesdays!
Yeah, let's talk about it today. Of all days, it's Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah.
Is this
Wellness
the second
Wednesday.
week?
Yeah. It's
So-
only week 2 of Wellness Wednesdays.
For the recording, but live, it's week 2. But
Yeah. Wellness Wednesday is something I thought, because Wednesday in the middle of the work week can feel like a drag, right? We're not at Friday yet. The newness of Monday, I love Mondays. The newness of Monday is not there. And I was like, you know what? I can commit right now to something consistent with my Instagram story. And what I can commit to is one thing, like a tip a week, that has helped me tremendously. not only just in my own trauma healing journey, but practically in all the goals that I've accomplished. So having accomplished a doctorate degree while working full time, having accomplished a deadlift when I'm a dancer and I have long femurs. If you lift, you know what I'm talking about. And so I was like, I can give a lot of practical tips and I'm pretty credible. So I was like, let's just do it. So the tip last week was all on gratitude. And I mean, I do have faith. I do have faith in God. I do dabble in the Bible. Sometimes there's that resistance and I don't want to open it and I try to get in there. I tend to listen to podcasts on sermons and whatnot. But I do know that the practice of gratitude, let's even just take for all the what-ifers and agnostics and atheists, I get it. Listen, I'm with you. It's hard to believe in faith, especially the Christian God. But I feel like if you do what if, gratitude can really shift and rewire the brain. We know through research that it can. And scripture in the Bible says so many times, like if you make your request known to God, you pray, wrap it up with some thankfulness, wrap it up with some gratitude, in so many words. I like to paraphrase it. So it really does shift your mental state, and it just allows you to realize the good. Because, so that was one of my Wellness Wednesdays, tips on gratitude journaling, the health benefits of gratitude, how to practice it every day. It helped me fight depression, just coming up with like little bits of gratitude. And then this week is all about some other fun wellness topics that I just feel really passionate about. I feel like it's really important to share them. So every Wednesday on my Instagram stories, I'll post tips, kind of science-backed research about it, and then a video of application, how I use it in my life. That's kind of how I do it.
That's phenomenal idea.
Thanks.
And I love, personally, I've experienced both of your Wellness Wednesdays, and
Thanks.
it has been a nice refresh through my nonchalant scrolling through stories and everything else that I do.
Thank you. You're so kind. I appreciate it.
It's the truth. It's 100% the truth.
Thanks.
It's great. And I can see that helping so many people.
I've gotten some messages. You know what? I'm like you're experiencing with your journey with Instagram and TikTok and social media. I got some messages this morning because it was about getting out of bed early, even if it's 10 minutes earlier, and being intentional with when you wake up, what you're doing. Like to get through my doctorate, I would wake up at 4:30 in the morning and I would work until 6 on many things, go into the gym, and then working on my dissertation writing, and then going to work from 7 a.m. to 3, and then hustling again at night. But where I'm going with this is in the morning. If you aren't a morning person, I wasn't either. And now biologically, I wake up at 6 a.m. And I'll tell you again, researcher person here. Amazing that I have this crazy art brain, but then I'm like facts. It's highly successful people, if you look at their habits, highly successful. We're talking like millionaires. I mean, success in the range of financial, success in the range of accomplishments. We know success can be more than that, but those types of successful people wake up 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. That for me, that's like, I want to be that. Why wouldn't I want to be my best? So I wake up between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Even in the summer, my body will wake me up then, sometimes 7 a.m. because I'm so in the groove now. I mean, at high school teaching, the kids are in my room at 7 a.m. So I kind of had to slam myself into that morning space being a teacher.
Right.
But I kind of embraced it now. It gives me time to either work on my goals a little at a time first thing in the morning, and your mind's fresh. I don't know. Some people are like, oh, I'm a night owl. I would challenge you, if you're a night owl, to just set your alarm 5 to 10 minutes earlier, and see how you feel when you wake up in the morning. Don't just hit the snooze. Really try to like prep yourself your water for the next day. Like get yourself like one little thing ready to set yourself up for a smoother day. I'm telling you, it'll shift everything for you. You'll be so successful. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
You see, I'm in this season right now where I've had a lot of later nights with personal deadlines of having to get things.
I hear you.
And waking up earlier has been difficult, and only recently have I been really focusing on that 5 to 6 a.m. window range again.
Yep.
But like my body is so messed up to the point where at like 10 o'clock at night, I get this second wind of energy still. And my brain is like super active on the creative mode. And
that's a thing.
I'm like, why? I
Yeah.
just don't understand. And then I'll wake up in the morning but what's good is because of knowing that my body's like wired like that now, my mornings are a little bit slower and they're more drawn out, and I give myself time in the mornings to get into it. Because I used to have the times where I'd wake up and it was like,
Go.
ready to
Yeah,
go, but not
right.
like, it was like go as like I was wide awake. I didn't need anything. Like I woke up like I just had like the best night's sleep every morning. Now I'm waking up and I'm like, I really don't want to be up right now. But it's like that slow.
Yeah.
But even still,
it's
I'm
good.
seeing,
I mean, it's good to have grace for yourself, right? We go through seasons where you need more rest, and that's so important to do and to recognize. So when you're like, I just don't have it in me, it's like, of course, that's fine. Like we're human beings, we're not robots. But I think the general shift of trying to get your day started earlier, I think is really, I mean, the research shows it's really important. But even scripturally, if we want to look at it from that lens, there's so many examples where Jesus wakes up early to be alone with God before the day starts to get his mind right. And I feel the same. I feel like if I start my day with the end of the day in mind, so if I wake up and I think by the end of today, I want to feel this way, and I want at the end of the day, it helps me then have less anxiety. It helps me to stay focused during my day and to be more mindful. And I think that we should be trying to be more mindful through life, because then we're making decisions out of rest rather than stress, and we'll make better decisions for ourselves that way. So I think it's important.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So how can people follow along? And then I do want to, if you're still okay with it, teach some art.
Oh my God. Okay.
To a complete novice.
You can do it. We can do it. So the first question is, you can follow me on Instagram. I really, really love that app so much. I do not have a TikTok. Got I should make one. Maybe I'll make one today. You have one.
I do have one. We're live on TikTok right now.
I know. I love TikTok. I love you guys. I got scared I was going to get sucked in. My students are on it, and I see them and I go, oh my gosh, it gives you everything that you want. It scares me.
We could talk about it off TikTok at least.
But on Instagram, you can follow me at Annie, ANNIE, period, Cullen, like Twilight, CULLEN, period, artist. And it is private mode right now. It's like a whole thing I'm doing, but soon it will be public. So just request me and I'll accept and follow you right back. I love to follow everybody. So I have more people I follow right now than who follow me. So
that's not a problem.
Yeah, I love it. I love people. I love community. I'll probably comment. Anytime I follow someone, I give them a comment, like a genuine one. It takes me a while, but I do it. So so if you follow me off, I will follow you back and I'll look at your stuff. So
that's a good follower right there. I'm just going to say that's a great follower to have.
Yeah, I do. I'm active on there. I see you. I have so many plant girlies, because of art. I'm always like, girl, look at your house plants. And I'm always commenting, and they're probably like, who's this crazy? What state is she in? But yeah, so we'll do, we'll make some art. Be interesting.
Yeah. I thought of one more question I want to ask.
Okay, go ahead.
So we talked about what you're doing now. We talked about a little bit of the stuff that you're building, but what is the end goal for you? Like when it's all said and done, if you can look back, what would be the things that you would want to have accomplished, or what would you want to be known for? Okay. What would you want to, to be seen?
I would really love for a few things, but overall, I guess it goes back. There was something I heard, I don't remember where, but it was like, you won't always remember what somebody said to you. You won't always remember what somebody helped you with, gave you, but they'll remember how they made you feel. I would love for my memory, I guess, for people who knew me to be like, that person made me feel really seen and cared for when I talked to them, met them. Outside of that person relationship, I can't meet everybody. I would love for my art to be in some spaces where it can be viewed as long as possible. So whether that's in an amazing art museum in the future, I never want to limit myself. I do have lofty art goals. I know that my art is going to be in Chelsea and New York City at some point in a gallery. I don't know when, but I know it's going to happen. So I know that there's big places and spaces for it, because then I can go to those spaces and I can just continue passing on the love and passion for healing to people. And that's my goal. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I love everything that you just said there.
Thanks.
Let's get her art working in Chelsea.
Yes, it's going to be in Chelsea, New York City, in one of the galleries. I see, like, it's going to happen.
It has to.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, it will. Manifest.
Awesome.
I do believe in manifestation. You have to. It's universal law, people. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So we'll wrap it up on this.
Okay.
On the live, and then we'll, I'll change up the angle, because then we can do, like, I think it'll be cool, like a overhead kind of
That's
shot.
awesome.
Like you can teach like that.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Cool. All right.
Sounds good.
Any
Thanks.
final thoughts?
Thank you so much, everybody. You're so kind, and I appreciate you. And maybe I will make a TikTok, and then I'll make it the same name so you can follow me. And I just really appreciate you. Your time is everything. So thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Okay.
We'll wrap it up.
Okay. All right, let's go grab some art.
Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of Crosstalk. I hope that today's episode left you feeling inspired and ready to take on your own journey. If you liked today's episode, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and drop us a like. It helps us reach more people just like you and helps us grow as well. And I'd love to hear what you think. So go ahead and drop a comment down below of what your favorite takeaway was from this week's episode, and let us know who you'd like to see on the podcast next. And you're not going to miss next week's episode, so stay tuned. I promise it's something special for you. So until then, remember that our community thrives when local business succeeds. Until next time.
Cool. That sounds good.
All right.
It doesn't matter which one I look at.
So you don't even have to look at the cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can. I typically like to keep it like a conversation.
Okay, that
And
makes
then
sense.
there are some times that I will reference the camera just
Yeah.
as like a.
Okay.
I was a big fan of The Office. So
Oh
like,
my gosh, love The Office.
it's a great show. The paper's coming out. I just heard about that, and I don't know.
Oh.
It's like it's like a spin-off of it, and
Oh, that's
Oscar's
cool.
in it. Yeah.
I'll have to check it
So I don't own a television or any subscriptions, but
Yeah.
I might have to get one just to,
out. Oh,
because The
yeah.
Office was,
Peak.
yeah, peak. Yeah.
Yeah, it was peak. That's cool.